Big Scotty, what is happening, man? Hey, we sent you an email this weekend, just checking in on you, making sure you're doing great, and understand that you are full force moving forward, which is great news, which is crazy good news. I'm very proud of you, Scott. How you guys all doing today, or this evening, as we would say? We just got back from meeting with the legend himself, Frank Zane, and what we're going to do next week is we're going to have I'm going to get Frank and we're going to get Robbie Robinson together. How cool is that? How much do you guys like that idea? A couple legends together. And so I'm going to sit down with both of those guys next week and just kind of go over somebody that went through the whole process of being a couple of the greatest. I don't know if you guys know the breakdown of the competition with those two, but in 77, Robbie won his class at the Mr. Olympia. And Frank won his class at the Mr. Olympia, and then they competed against each other. And on the overall, Frank Zane won the Mr. Olympia in 1977. Back then it was height based, or it was over 200, under 200. I think it was one of those. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So it was a pretty cool thing.
It used to be tall, right?
Taller,
tall and like.
Short. I guess it wasn't, because I don't know. Maybe one of you guys. We'll check the internet, but it's either weight or it was height.
It was both, I think. At one point
it was both. So that was cool. I just think it was a cool conversation, and those guys are great friends today. And we will make that happen next week for those guys to sit down. One great thing I think about both of these guys is just any kind of question you have. They both started as teenagers. Robbie even younger than that, but they were both already, by the time they were 20, were already at such a different level, which is the coolest thing for me to be around, because also now I can take insight on what they did right, what they may have changed as they came out of their competition years and started working more for longevity. And that helps me out for the next 20, 30 years of my life. And so maybe some of you are in that point going, hey, I want to compete. Well, they can tell you how to compete. They were the top of the field. They can tell you how to compete better than anybody else can tell you to compete, especially, I think, in today's day and age, because they separated themselves, where today it doesn't seem like a lot of separation amongst a lot of the elites. It seems like a lot of similarities.
74 to 79. They did heavyweight and then lightweight.
Is it over 200 and under 200?
Yeah. From 74 to 79.
74 to 79, they did that.
Uh-huh.
Those are his years.
Yeah.
And then before 74 was what? One class?
I don't know.
Because 75 was Franco won his class, Arnold won his tall, the heavy, and then on the overall he beat him.
There was a tall also at one point. Yeah.
Let's see, Mike. Do you personalize like? Here you go, Jeffrey. Here's your question.
Mike, do you personally like to incorporate a free meal per week during off season, or prefer to climb calories up? It's like two different things.
Well, there's never a free meal, so I don't know what that actually means. Are you saying that you can just have whatever? Your nutrition plan is what it is. It's whatever you set it up as. This might be a new thing, or you ever heard of that? A free meal?
Never.
Is that a daily thing also? Or are you saying like a free day, like a cheat day?
I think the cheat.
No, I think a free meal, what it's saying is everything's different. But when you eat celery and it's like no calories or whatever, it's just water. Like that's a free meal?
No. That's
No?
just straight up.
No, they don't mean that.
That's like Mike's diet plan. But on Thursdays, he has KFC.
Exactly.
Oh.
So
Yeah, fine. This one doesn't count.
But the second part of your stuff, or do you like just during off season to prefer to climb calories? Yeah, the calories up and the calories down is Striker. Yeah, calories up and calories down is obviously when you're off season, you're taking them up and you continuously try to build them up. So that's how I do it, and that's a great way to do it, kiddo. So great question on that. And then obviously as you're cutting up, you just go in reverse, taking it down slowly as you go. I think I may understand what you mean by a free meal.
Yeah.
It's like it's a
Cheat
cheat
meal.
day and you have a
It's a-
cheat meal.
Cheat meal plus high calories.
Yeah. No, because I can't not for me. For a lot of people, I let them do that, but it's not for building muscle or anything. I do that for people that need to mentally relax and have that moment of fun. That way they can at least stay true to it during the week. Like The Rock does that. The Rock, you see how he trains so hard during the week. And then on the weekend, on Sunday, he has his cheat meal or cheat day. And he kind of does what he wants. And so that, again, I think, because I can't think of anybody that's busier than The Rock. And so that's him to help him mentally and his body feed. And he works with honey, and honey's great. So, yeah, great question, kiddo.
Did you see the one right before that one?
No, go for it.
Is eating steak in a calorie deficit a good source of protein for when losing weight but trying to maintain the muscle?
Yeah, I think steak is great. I think steak is incredibly a great protein source.
Yeah.
As long as you're in your deficit, your proteins, can be what they need to be. And what's great about steak is because it's a dense, high-calorie meal or protein, if it starts to slow down and you don't keep tightening up, you can always change it to a different protein, but the same ounces, and boom, you just cut calories and you're in a deficit again. So it's a great thing. Yeah, I always try to keep those kind of meats in there at the beginning of my cuts. And then we did this last time, we did the blitz and stuff. We kept the Piedmontese filet in there because it was low fat. There's no fat. Great question though, kiddo. Can you believe this lighting was set up by Jeff today?
Come
You
on.
give it a very moody kind of lighting.
Yeah.
This haze kind of
Yeah. I'm going for film noir.
ooh. Feels very Pulp Fiction without the gag ball and the gimp. Huh? What do you got for me? Anything good?
Old school bodybuilding.
Oh
Real.
yeah.
Does training your abs also make your waist bigger, or is that a myth?
Wow. Yeah. If you're building muscle and you're training muscle, it gets bigger. I wonder why you said, is that a myth? But yeah, if you train your abs, they get bigger. I would overtrain the abs when you're in a deficit, is what I would do if you want to get a smaller waist. That way you're already tightening up. You're in a deficit. You're overtraining the abs. That means they don't have time to recover, and you're just toning them at that point. That's how I do it. Good question, though. But yeah, there's my guy.
Right.
So Magruder, what's happening, my man?
Mike, should you train twice a day for best results?
Yeah, everything works for a time. I do like training twice a week when I start the cutting prior to adding in cardio. So I would do that in the mix. And off season, you're training. You try to train as least as possible in the off season.
What?
You said twice a week.
Did I say twice a week?
Yeah,
Twice a day. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Just making sure.
yeah. And that's a great method. I wouldn't do it on the off season like a lot because you want to try to do less training. You want to train maybe 5 days a week in the off season, and you could even get it like to 4 days if you're going to split up your biceps and triceps for a couple other body parts. Try to get more rest days. But yeah, when you start amping it up and start getting crazy, it's a great one. But anything for 3 months. I would try any program for 3 months, and then you'll know if it's working, if it worked, and then what you switch up on.
Here's a fun one. Mike, what are your thoughts on hip thrusts? Serge loves that movement.
Ooh.
That's why I'm asking. Now he might do that movement, but Serge is always doing it with his clients, especially the ladies.
You like those?
Especially the men, his male clients. He's always doing.
I'm more of a lunge guy than hip thrust, but whatever exercise you guys like, I'm
Why
cool
not
with
both?
that. I think just hip thrusts take too long to set up and get into. If there's a machine, I would do it, but I wouldn't waste 15 minutes setup and how hard it is to get in, get out, and do all that stuff compared to not much beats a lunge and lunges and squats. So, but if you're an athlete, you could also, I would do it for an athlete, mostly if you're a grappler in that sense. And that's kind of how it was developed. You know that? It was developed from a guy that saw, I don't know who was fighting. Ken Shamrock might have been. And the guy couldn't get him off him. And he was just trying to figure it out. And so this trainer went into the gym, put the bar on the ground, and started doing them. And then it caught him.
Oh, that's
How crazy.
cool.
So it came
I
from a
never-
guy watching UFC, a
Oh,
trainer,
wow.
and then putting it together for hip thrust. Good question, though.
Who's the strongest gladiator?
I am by far.
That's right.
There was never a gladiator as nearly close as strong as I was. We had some beasts, though. But we had more beasts on Battle Dome.
Come on, guys, amp these questions up. Give me some
This
real
is me
questions.
taking time with you guys, man.
Come on.
Ask these questions.
Come on, guys.
Also, tell me about the lighting. What do you guys think about the lighting?
Look at the mood. Look at this candlelit podcast.
Well, you could have a story right there.
I noticed recently that you incorporate an athletic movement or an athletic component, like an explosive movement, to your routine. How often do you do that versus more of the time under tension type routine? Yeah, dog. Serge.
Welcome to the page for the first time.
Serge, answer that.
That's so weird.
Look at your face.
I'm like,
The expression.
I've been doing that for 40 years.
The
He
expression
says,
is
I noticed that you
priceless.
just started doing this.
Hello.
No. He noticed.
Oh, he noticed.
Like he is new, and he
Oh.
noticed.
Oh, I thought he was saying, I noticed that this is what you're doing
Say
lately.
my
that.
bad.
Like,
That's how I
Yeah.
took it. My bad.
well, that's
my
how I'm taking it. I think he's.
I was like,
hey, I recently noticed that.
yeah, I've been doing that for 40 years.
No,
Wow.
he's wondering how often do you do that versus just slow and controlled.
Oh, what you guys see is just a portion of it.
That's it,
So
just a tip.
I've been training this way for 40 years on all this aspect of it. So, great question. But yeah, athletics is the main opponent to this. Everything that you do should be used as an athlete. And that's going to keep your body to the most open it can possibly be. And then you incorporate the strength, you incorporate the range of motion and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took it completely off. Like I just started noticing that you're doing it. It's like, sorry about that. My bad. We're just looking for questions because right now this is it. What's this, Jeffrey?
Thoughts on Big Lenny?
There's nobody named Big Lenny. I don't go to clubs and bars and stuff. Sorry.
I don't watch.
What's Big Lenny?
There is no such thing as Big
I
Lenny.
don't watch cartoons anymore.
Is it a cartoon?
I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't watch Disney. Sorry.
Can you say 100% that stretch marks are a sign of using juice? Come on, dog.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
What is stretch marks?
Come on.
So pregnant woman, if she gets stretch marks, does that
Yeah,
mean that
If
she
you grow
should
too
use some
fast,
juice,
if you go through puberty too fast, your
juice
body's
out
gonna.
of her
If
mind?
you're a 30-year-old man and didn't have stretch marks and then blow up to 100 pounds heavier and have stretch marks, it's juice. I like this is 100% fact that you do it.
Dude, if you don't have some stretch
Go eat
marks somewhere,
Haagen-Dazs donuts for the next year and a half, and you'll have stretch marks. And no, you won't have it from drugs.
if you don't have stretch marks,
But I'll tell you this,
fucking
though.
Skinny.
Don't know many other way around. the guys that don't have stretch marks. That's the question should have been. Growing into it at a nice speed, taking care of your skin. That's the good one. That should have been the question. This guy was trying to look for something instead of just being like, hey, how can you prevent them? Taking care of your skin, growing slowly over time.
Yeah, but he said in the beginning that he is 100% a noob. So,
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
just doesn't fucking-
Welcome to the crew stuff.
Alex De Prato, hello
Ah.
from France. Your top 3 best
Bonjour.
bodybuilders ever. Mine are Zane, Arnold, and you.
Wow. That's I'm thank you for putting that up there. Also, thank you for the donation to the puppy fund.
Top 3, but Serge doesn't count.
I would say I have a top 3 because they really, it's not just because of a visual thing, but how they triggered my mind to be able to chase my dreams. And so those would be Barry DeMay, Lee Haney, and the third is the great Oak, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right.
So it's what I saw them do, especially at my age, that really made me be able to live this life. And now, yeah, still here doing it. Thank you for the question, man, Alex. I appreciate that. Also, if you can, just ask any kind of personal question or training question you'd like for yourself. I appreciate the donation. Let's see.
What do you think about Urs Kalinske, the classic physique German guy?
Oh, beautiful physique. The German kid with the great structure. Beautiful physique. Yeah, I think he's going to continue to do well. And we're going to actually have him on the podcast after the Olympia. And yeah, I think it's a great physique. That would be one of those things that, and I saw the transformation he did within a couple of years. He's done such a great job with his body.
That was Austrian power. Right, Serge? Yeah. How often are you switching up the exercises?
All the time.
I stay with my exercise routine for 12 weeks. And then I'll switch it up again. Okay, here's one for you, Jeffrey.
Why do bodybuilders eat white rice?
Because it tastes good.
Tastes fucking great.
Tastes great.
Serge, why?
Tastes great with chicken. Tastes great with, yeah, Serge, why do people eat something that tastes good?
Oh, jeez.
That's a great
Make it make
carbohydrate.
sense.
That's it. That's literally the end.
Yeah, it tastes great.
Just tastes good and it's a good carb.
Yeah.
It's a nice carb, no fat,
Yeah, no fat. Tastes good.
tastes great,
Easy.
digests quickly, doesn't sit in your stomach like brown rice.
Why would brown rice stay in the food?
Because Jeff's gluten
Taller.
intolerant.
That
Or
Jeff is
tolerant.
vegan.
I read a science article. No.
Mm.
Read the studies, guys.
Oh.
What do you got for me? Great question, guys. Thank you so much, man. I got a question for you. The guy that says, why do bodybuilders eat white rice? What do you eat and what should they eat instead of the white rice? What would you recommend? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And did you think it was something as simple as it tastes good? And it's good? Pretty simple? I would wish we could do that. We could do a little, Q&A. They ask a question, I do a rebuttal, they answer that. But, okay, couple more, guys. I'm blinded over here, Jeffrey, so whatever you got.
Do you get many advances from women? That's a Serge question.
That's Serge. I get no advances from women. I get a lot from dudes,
Just
though.
dudes.
I get tons of advances from dudes.
That sucks.
I know. So sucks.
Serge gets all the advances, but he rejects them all.
Yeah. Sir's got a straight up advanced, like
Man,
it is a freebie.
that was a fucking
Come upstairs right now.
collect 200 pass go.
Yeah. It was like no questions asked. We don't have to talk after this. Come upstairs.
That's it. I just need
I've never seen a boy so
I
scared in
get
my
mine.
life.
You get yours.
Sir just so
What's that
scared
say?
when he got his come upstairs for a freebie.
Oh, I took him upstairs today. We brought that thing down.
No, I was talking about something else.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
We
what do you
brought
got?
the thing down. Now we
What's
cleaned
the
out
thing?
that side.
Oh, is it out
Yeah,
there?
it's
Yeah.
on the side.
No,
so
leave
we'll
it,
put
leave it here,
What? Okay,
right in
just show me.
front, so we can stretch on it.
Okay, so we'll move it. Sorry, let's move
Let's
this
do
movie.
that before
Okay.
it stays over there.
You do deadlifts on back day?
You should, yeah. Deadlifts are great on back day. That's when I would do them.
It's a good day to do them.
Yeah. If you're doing power bodybuilding, then the secondary stuff is much less. But yeah, and then again, if you're deadlifts are great in the off season. If you start dieting and you start breaking the body down and you feel like you need to pull away from deadlifts because you're not recovering quick enough, I'm okay with that. I got no issues against that. But just get back to it in the off season. Because again, those main things like the squat and the deadlift, the shoulder press, the incline, the straight bar curls, the close grip, all those things are not just for your body to build muscle or anything like that. It's to make the body stronger so you can continue to do this. And so when you do get the option of somebody hitting on you, that you can go upstairs and deliver. Is that too much? All right. Next, please. Oh, what do you got there?
Do you ever use one of those grip trainers or any tips for grip? There's a squeeze thingy?
Yeah. Are you talking about the fan handles? There's a lot of stuff you can do, but main thing for grip strength is just going to come with time. Try not to use.
Try to use your hands.
Yeah, just move
Try
it.
not to use the straps at all. I would stay away from straps unless it's your final set. It's a final weight, or if you're doing shrugs and stuff. But try to stay away from that. You're going to build a natural strength. And it's also, it's like one of those things. It's like people ask you, how do you build your forearms? Don't worry, you don't have to. Grabbing the bars like you're going to do over the next couple of years is going to build those forearms
More than
enough to where you don't have to do it.
More than enough.
Hey,
Alexis again, my man from France.
Alex.
Do bodybuilders still train full body sometimes, or is that a thing from the past? I only train full body. I don't like the split routine, but I do understand it.
I got good news and bad news. The good news is no, they don't train full body. The bad news is I don't know where you read that, but they never did. Bodybuilders never did. I know athletes do, or businessmen, women do, but no, it's not enough intensity to each of the body parts to break it down the way you want to break it down for longevity. And you're kind of, you're not doing enough damage to each part to cause the stress that you need to create growth and a better benefit over the long haul. You're just kind of burning calories. And so if that's what you like, man, I would sit and understand and talk to me why you like it that way. If you're training 3 days a week, full body, let me know that, okay? Because I would like to fix this today as we're talking through this. It's a tough thing because weightlifting is a twofold. There's a part where you can go in because you like it. And I talked about this today on my post. It's not about being consistent and doing it wrong. It's about being consistent and doing it right. And so if you're going in there and you're spinning your wheels and you're not doing it correctly, I hate to say it, but you're wasting your time and you're deteriorating the body. You're not helping it. I want you to stress it to where it helps. So again, when I say stress, you have to get stressed. That's the unfortunate part. I love it, but people hear that word and say, why would you want to stress your body? Because your body only gets stronger with stress.
A response to stress.
So it's like if you go to the moon, what happens? There's no stress to the body, right? Because of gravity. And so you get weaker and weaker and weaker and brittle and more brittle and more brittle. You do less and less and you get more brittle. You got to stress the body. That's the cool thing about gravity. It's already crushing it. You add to that and you get stronger. And that's what we want to do. So I don't want you to go into the gym, do one thing for biceps or two things for biceps and not hit it enough and move on. So let's, with that information, rethink the goal setting and what the real goal is. Are you going into exercise just because the doctor said to go in and exercise, or your significant other, or are you doing it to really create something?
He says, my nervous system is KO'd, but I love it. I understand it's not the best thing for growth.
He's okay with that?
I guess he's okay with that.
So you're okay, bud? All right. Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate you checking in today and doing this.
Does it 3 times a week.
I don't know how his nervous system would be taxed. I know how you'd be fatigued, but Alex, I just want you to understand there's a huge difference between nervous system taxed
Oh yeah, maybe.
and just fatigued.
Yeah, he might not have actually.
So,
Taxed.
like bodybuilders really don't get their nervous system taxed either. Powerlifters do, strongmen do. It's a lot of pressure to do that. Your body's a strong thing, so just make sure that you're doing it right and you're not ran down and you're saying your nervous system is shot. Okay? All right, brother. Thank you, my man. Hopefully that information for this guy helps a lot of you guys out there and understand that, okay?
When I squatted 500 here, my nervous system felt that. For like honestly, for like a week, I my body was like, why? What the fuck was that? Like I felt like
We started power
fucking
bodybuilding
drained.
6 weeks ago, and I think by week 2 or 3, Doc and me already taxed, but we jumped into it way too hard than where we should have went into it. So that was our bad. But yeah, you'll know when you get hit.
You'll know.
Yeah, it's a completely different feeling. Mo, you need me? You good?
It's Todd, so he doesn't know anything about the people or anything.
Oh, okay. Then what we'll do is
He said, do whatever you want. It's open to anything, but he doesn't
Okay.
know anything.
so
As long as we just tell him, and it's open to anything.
You're back. Boom. Let's see what you pick. You pick.
I can kind of see.
I'm not feeling it.
Oh, I just want to say thank you, man. Hello to my fans in Brazil. Thank you, my man. Pitbull. Thank you so much, my man.
Man, same thing from SoCal. Thanks for representing us 50-year-olds.
We still in it, man. We still in the dogfight. I love it. Thank you. Can you make that one out?
Serge.
Serge.
¿Cuándo eres tu viejo?
1 second. We'll get this one taken.
We got a translator going through.
So yeah, tomorrow works
Ooh.
better for him.
What's it say?
I'm not gonna translate that.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Are we blocking
What do
that?
you want to say?
I'm gonna come.
Just whisper it.
it's I'll tell you after.
Are we blocking?
Block is that?
All right. You got him?
Oh, he didn't
Oh,
even
my
want to
bad.
tell me.
Oh, I didn't even see it. He was like- That's what they say.
What do you say?
I want to say
Oh, here's this old man.
we're used. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to say that.
Keeping it
Serge
PG
is
for
so
the show.
nice. It's just
That's so
like-
nice,
Oh,
Serge.
that's not even nothing.
I we still block.
Block his ass. Send him a message. I'll send you a message to send him.
Listen, if I was a
No,
guy,
we're
I would
good.
be so jealous of you too.
Yeah.
He's on mine talking bad about me. I mean, it's
Exactly.
like I kind of win on this one. It's like
I put the video in the time for
Well, 10, 10 something,
Wow.
10 stars from that guy.
Whoa, thank you so much, man.
Shot?
I put it on.
You should have just said drop the phone.
You're on the phone.
Here you go.
I want to file this phone up.
Oh, okay.
Go for
Well, this is what this guy said, who just gave him money. Chris from Indonesia, what motivates you to return to training when you feel bored?
I'm going to change that because I've never not trained. So I've never gone away from it. My suggestion, though, and it's interesting, we just talked about this. Jeffrey caught me on this one. And I appreciate my life, and I know that it's only the one life. And so I want to try to give it everything I got. And one of the easiest ways to self-stress yourself to get better as a person is working out and training. And I love the regimen of the nutrition plan. I love the regimen of knowing I have to train, and it makes everything else so much easier in life. And yeah, that's a tough one, man, because I have never in my entire career, and I started this stuff 40 years ago, I have never been bored about going in the gym. I've never been bored in the gym. I've never been on the couch going, I'm bored, but I have to go to the gym. Skip the gym. These guys will tell you, there's days that I said, hey, tomorrow's off, and Jeff's walking out going, no, it's not. We're in the gym. And he's right. Yeah. But for you, you got to grab whatever that could be for you. Maybe it's not weightlifting. Maybe it's something else. But, I mean, weightlifting, it's gold. Peace, Playboy.
We'll change some lives.
Josh is in here. Josh, you missed the good lighting.
Josh doesn't even know about this kind of lighting right here. He's trying to figure out how you set this light up.
Yes.
Mostly the first hour lighting.
That was it.
That was gold.
That was it. I'm 37, 240. I want to look good without my shirt on. Should I look to shred, then bulk, or vice versa?
Well, what is you gave me your weight and your age. I don't know how tall you are. And then also you're saying how you want to look good. I don't know, you could be 240 right now. So I'm confused on this. I think the confusion is that you're confused. Take off your shirt. If you're happy with it, you're golden. You stay right where you're at. But if you're not happy with it, then don't you think you should just get ripped to the bone? Because I'm assuming that 240 is not the quality that you want. And so if you pull off the shirt and you're not happy, why would you want to bulk up? For anybody out there, if you're not happy with how you're looking, it means you're fat. The bottom line is you're fat. It's not that you're bulky, you're fat. And so get lean and then get, because at 240, if you're bulky, you look great with your shirt off anyways. So those are two different worlds. You know, a bulky 240 and a fat 240 don't look the same.
Hey, Mike, I'm an amateur golfer. What exercise would you recommend to be more explosive?
Oh, well, it's, squats, hip thrusts, lunges. Also making sure those shoulders just stay loose and the chest stays loose. So I'd make sure to get some high necks into the workouts, some good shoulder presses, and then some secondary stuff after you do your shoulder presses. Just some nice rear delt action to get some of that whip on that ball. Because I know it's a nice fluid whip, not technically, it's not a power swing. It's more of a whip. But let me know how that goes. Get these lunges in, get those squats in there, sumo deadlifts, and some rear delts and shoulder press. And a lot of flies for the chest. Keep it really open. Great question. Thanks for the donation to the pups. 2 more, guys. I don't know what that one's. Go for it.
We got that one.
Oh, we got it. Sorry. I'm seeing double, guys. Give me, Jeffrey, you got this? Give me 2 more.
Ooh, I'm struggling to
No,
get
you're
you.
straight. Okay. Oh, hey, it's good. That's a typical.
How long do your workouts typically last?
don't know. We get there usually 4:45. I finish around 7-ish.
Sometimes 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Rarely,
not.
rarely, never under 2 hours. Leg day's probably longer because I'm probably there an hour before everybody, just goofing around and stretching out. So those are usually
2 hours.
about 3 for that. So, yep,
Which is a good
2
time.
to
though.
3. Yeah.
No rush. How I pull my back easily. How can I build a really strong lower back?
Train the heck out of it.
Like a train dog.
Train that back, man. Holy sheesh. I don't know your age or anything like that. And your back's probably one of the most key points as you get older, that if you're already, which is you're straining it. So there's something going on that your flexibility is off, or something that's going on that's pulling on it. Could be your tight hamstrings. You guys know we get a lot of body work stuff done, and it's rarely the issue where you're feeling the issue. So like you feel it in the back and you're straining the back, but it could be because of something else is shortened. The hamstrings have shortened because of how you sit and walk and stand. So train the heck out of that back. Double up on it this next 2 months. Bulletproof it is what we call it. Last question, if we can get a great one.
Last one.
Did the guy ever
What?
Okay, so did I have an even what?
Do you ever get back to us about why white rice? Or what should they eat instead of white rice?
Nah, not that I remember.
So curious to get into more of a debate. Bench press allows in a 45 angle. What?
Bench press, elbows in, 45. Oh yeah, elbows in, 45, or bench like this.
Yeah, your elbows are slightly in. I don't know if it's 45.
Right. That's
Yeah.
that's just
Elbows in. But when I do a high necks, my elbows are out. So I would just do it all, guys.
Yeah, it all depends.
Yeah.
It all depends.
Mike. Any exercises to avoid? Yeah, deadlifts, behind the neck press, behind the neck pull downs, and anything full range of motion.
Yeah, I just wouldn't bounce around the gym and do a lot of box jumps and stuff like that. Depends on what you want to be able to do over the next 10 years, what your goal is. But do this. Just jump in the Titan crew. Let's get the understanding what your goal is, and then we'll set you up on the right program so you can just stay right to what you need to do and don't waste time. And here's the thing for all of you. It takes a long time to get the physique that you want. It does. It takes you a long time, and most people don't reach it. So let's stop wasting time. Let's know that we got New Year's here in about 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. So let's get in the Titan crew. Let's start getting ready because we've got the new plan coming out January 1st. Let's make sure the diets are ready right now. Striker! And let's make sure that we are set up to win when this thing hits January 1st. Sound good? For everybody here?
Ooh, look at that light.
Is this like romantic? It's nighttime
Whoa,
with
yeah.
Mike and Mona. Look at that shot. Whoa. Everything's
Right?
popping.
I got some DMs and
Would you,
people are asking
the,
what plan am I on and what am I doing? So here's what I'm doing. I'm doing the power bodybuilding because I am planning to go into the new program that we're launching in January. So I think it's no better other plan than power bodybuilding to jump out of and do whatever plan you're doing.
you
So
like being strong.
I do. And I'm on that Titan meal plan that calorie intake is great. You know, when you train hard and heavy, you gotta eat. Make sure you keep that body. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All right, last question. Do you think training back and chest together is all right? For me, if you're on a cutting program for the next 8 to 10 weeks, sure. If you're off season, which you should be about 9 months out of the year, or if you're trying to put on some size over the next 2 years, no.
No.
And the reason why, it's pretty simple. It's just like we talked about with the full body workout. If you can do back and have enough energy to do anything else, you didn't train back. And vice versa. If you train chest and you have enough energy to do anything else, you didn't train chest. And again, that's for growing and trying to put on that muscularity and burn that fat when you're doing it.
Nice.
If you're cutting up for a show and you're just trying to burn calories at that point and trying to get sliced,
Super sad.
sure.
Okay.
But you're only doing that for 10 weeks. That's it. Thank you guys for hanging out today. We will see you guys on Thursday. No, we won't. No, we won't. It's Thanksgiving. You guys enjoy it. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody here. We are putting down a Titan check-in after Thanksgiving. So for all you Titans,
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
happy
Don't eat
Thanksgiving.
too much food.